They the rawest new podcast, who want to smoke? Coming raw and uncut like who want this dope? Whatever you want, they for sure to cover the topic. From racial issues to fashion flies to cockpit. Y'all ain't never get it like this, cause they ain't never did it like this. We on our this the way the cookie crumbles for y'all. She gon' bring the inspiration to all. You know what's up with her. And this shit manifesting is a vision. And y'all gon' love TJ cause he the realest. From the heart of them all, they the start of it all. You looking for a high, learning holla at Gerard. The professor, another lesson coming at you with the lessons. Get your edge if you knowin' what's good for you. They educated, but they still keep it hood for you. Won't need another, this one here really do it for you.
Baby, you forget it. Yeah, baby, I'm in love for you. If it come down to that for you, let me show you how I prove that for you.
Hey T, you can't hear you, T. Man, you was
My bad, man. I was on mute. I was still on mute. Y'all, I apologize for that. But
you still jamming to the intro.
I'm still jamming to that intro, man. Hey, all right. Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another E&M podcast number 4. Where our mission is to educate and motivate every one of you guys. And as you know, myself, Terrence Williams, aka Superman, my boy G-Rod Wera, Flex the producer, and we got Ashley, the credit goddess, but I can't see her screen, but she's there. And tonight we got a very special guest, y'all. Man, got a extensive background, so I'm not gonna give everything away. I'm gonna let her introduce herself, but I know her personally, done deals with her. So I'm gonna just pass the mic to her, and Miss Debbie J, I'm gonna let you tell everybody about yourself. Go ahead.
Hey everybody, I'm Deborah Jones. I am your home girl. Emphasis on the home girl. I'm also the team leader of the Dominant Realty team. My brokerage is Johnson Realty. I'm up under Johnson Realty. That's my brokerage that I'm under. Yes, I service all of the DFW area. I help you find rentals. I help you find investment properties, and I help you find the home that you're going to live in, or the home you want to sell. Also, I cover the East Texas area. I have 3 beautiful ladies that are under me on my team that covers the Tyler area for me right now. And one of the ladies are actually moving to the Dallas area in a few months, so it'll be 2 of us up here. But yes, I sell real estate. We go all the way to Wascom, all the way to all of DFW with the access that we have with my with the brokerage that I'm under, Johnson's Realty. Sharika Johnson is the broker. But yeah, we are personable agents. You can reach us, call us, text us, email us, whatever, and we're going to be there for you every step of the way, because we understand you work hard for your money. And so we're going to make sure that you're satisfied with what you're buying. And so tonight, yeah, we're going to hit on some topics and some stuff that's going to help you out if you're looking to buy, sell, rent, how this housing market and stuff is doing. So yeah, I hope to tell you more about me during this hour that we have, and inform you with as much as I can. And just keep it real with you.
All right, sis. I know you was being a little modest and a little humble with all that though, but you didn't really give them all of the stuff that I know about. So once we get down into it and we get to talking, I'm gonna let you kind of explain it there because a lot of people,
Okay, cool.
they don't. Some people, I ain't gonna say a lot, but some people don't understand, as realtors what we do, and then even
Mhm.
as some of our side hustles to say or other investment adventures that we're into as well. So. I just want to kind of cover some of the things tonight as far as like the current housing situation, what you're seeing out there, what you're doing to win offers, how you're educating your clients. Kind of give us a little bit of insight on that deal.
Oh, so the process, I'm actually getting ready to do some mini videos that I'm gonna have already ready for my clients. What to explain, you know how the book is, what to expect when you're inspecting a baby. Well, I need to let you know what to expect when you expecting to buy, purchase, rent, or whatever. Things that you need to know, because it's just the little bitty things that people don't know. Just like you're looking for a house and riding around neighborhoods, you see these signs in your yard. My biggest pet peeve is to tell people, do not call those agents that have no signs, because the real reason is they have been hired by that homeowner to represent them. Yes, they will represent you, but their first and foremost obligation is to that homeowner. So you want someone that's going to represent you, get you what you want, because they're going to definitely make sure that their homeowner gets what they want before you. So I'm very big on that. Let someone else represent you. Now, if you do see my sign in your yard, you can call me, because I'm gonna be I'm gonna be transparent with you. I'm only gonna tell you the facts. I'm not gonna tell you what they will accept and what they want to accept, but definitely, because this market that we're in right now is so crazy. And the reason why we say that, because it's definitely a seller's market, meaning the sellers don't have to offer you anything. They can deny you or whatever they want, because there's so many buyers and not enough sellers at this point. So there are multiple contracts on homes. 36 was the most that I heard of in 2 days. They had 36 offers on the house in 2 days. And so I've been doing training all week, and I have one more day of training tomorrow, going to class, and basically getting some more insight on this market, because I'm trying to stay up to date with everything that's going on, so I can be more fluent with my clients and let them understand how to navigate through this market. Because one of the things I actually learned yesterday, that here in the DFW area, the buyers are paying the sellers closing costs as a insight to get that house. Y'all, it's just really crazy. It's something that we have never seen before. I've never heard of the buyer paying the seller's closing costs, but that is something different that's definitely going on. And I will do my best if I don't know the answer, because I am very fluent in what I do. I've been doing it for 5.5 years, but I don't know everything, but I would definitely get the answer for you within 24 hours. I have access to certain people. Yes.
Hey, that's a different dynamic when you're talking about the buyer paying the seller closing costs. So is that like common practice or just a one-off?
No, it's not common practice.
Okay.
Yes, that is an incentive for the buyer to gain that house, because just going over the price isn't kicking it no more. Usually when it's a buyer's market, you can get closing costs paid for, your title policy paid for, you can get home warranty covered, you can get closing costs, because usually I pride myself on usually getting all of my clients' closing costs, if not half of it, paid for my clients. I can't get any of that now. Home warranties, I've been buying all the home warranties for my clients just so they're covered for that first year they're in the home. But now it's taking a step further as the buyers are paying sellers closing costs just so, hey, they're just offering you cash over the price. So I'm going to offer cash over the price, and I'm going to pay your closing costs. So the sellers are winning right now. So, and the thing is, the prices of homes have jumped up so much, so there's so much equity in these homes. They're making their profit, making well over what they have put into the house. And I'm gonna just give you a slight example. I purchased my home in January. 5 houses down from me, they listed 5 houses down from me, and listed it $90,000 over what I paid for. Another one just came on the market and they listed it $70,000 over what I paid for mine. So if I sell my house right now, I can go get that $70,000 and put in my pocket, but I don't have nowhere to go. So, because I will be in that rat race and trying to pay some seller closing costs just so I can find me another house. So hopefully these prices stay steady where they at. So I won't lose money. Hopefully it don't deflate, but definitely.
Hey, this a question for both y'all since y'all are realtors. What does that mean for loans like VA or FHA if they're having to go out and compete?
Oh man,
with these
I can tell you this. I've had people, and honestly, I've had people to actually leave me, and I let them go. I told them, hey man, there's nothing I can do right now. I mean, I hate to say that because I don't like to turn nobody away, but in this climate right now that we're in, man, people are not accepting FHA. I don't want to deter nobody and say you can't do it, because some of these are getting through with FHA. It just depends on the deal. You know what I'm saying? But you just have to keep trying. You know what I'm saying? You have to be patient. And then also just understand that, your realtor is working in your best interest, and hopefully will always do that, whatever realtor you're working with. So, sometimes it just take patience and understanding, and you got the right word, just asking the right questions, and make sure your realtor is, like Deb said, like she educates her clients, just like me. We kind of cut from the same cloth. We make sure, they're well educated, tell them everything that's going on, kind of run through the contract, like you're looking at on third party, like how many days are you going through, on the financing? 21 days is out the window. That's no longer that's no longer valid. No. They're looking at 7 to 10 to 15 days now. And if you don't come in with that amount of days just on the third, man, you lose. And then we're not even talking about just outside of FHA and VA. If you're even coming in conventional, they want you to have like 7 to 10 days on the third party, and they want you to waive the appraisal or partial waive it. I mean, it's so many dynamics going on in the real estate market right now that people go ahead.
I would say, so if you come with one of those loans and say the house appraises for $200,000, but they're selling it for $250,000, you got to come out of pocket somewhere. You got to come up with $50,000.
Well, see, there are certain ways that you can do these contracts, right? Okay. So, and I've lost enough to understand them now, so I know how they work now. So you can come in, say for instance, if you got a conventional, right? And if the house, just say the house is $300,000, right? But you put in an offer for $350,000, right? Well, if you don't want to come out of pocket on that third party, you need to have $350,000 on that third party. You need to say you wanted to praise for that. But a lot of times, with that being said, you're covering your client, but your client need to understand they need to have some skin in the game, meaning they need to have some type of cash somewhere to be able to win this contract, right? So if they're doing like a $350,000, I would say at least tell that, have $10,000 available and give that appraisal like at $340,000. And if you do win it, then you got to come out of pocket that $10,000 instead of coming out of $50,000. You see what I'm saying?
So you're saying a couple things. One, what do you mean about third party? And two, are you saying that we going to try to get the appraiser to inflate the value of the property?
No. You don't get the appraisal, and you don't. Now,
you
what
don't
you
get
can
to talk to the appraisal.
yeah. Now, what I've done, I can tell you what I've done. I've shown up when I know the appraisal is going. I show up with my appraisal, because the appraiser is pulling the information that we have out the MLS, right? We have access to. They're pulling the same comps for their appraisal, right? So if I can go into the MLS and I pull these comps, this is pretty much what long as it's within reach of that particular property, that's what the appraiser is going to use to appraise that property. If I can print those docs out, give them to the appraiser, say, here, look, man, this is what I ran my comps on. This is what I got. I just wanted to provide them to you just in case if you were looking for some comps to go off of. So you give them that, let them run with it. And you kind of just stick around and just see if he got any questions or something like that, and just kind of befriend the man and just be on his side and just, You know,
But if it don't appraise for that 350, who's on the hook for that
the buyer, of
The
course.
buyer.
out of pocket?
Yeah,
Okay.
Out of
but
pocket, because the lender is only going to let you pay, and they're only going to give you the amount of money that the house actually appraised for. So anything over, you're coming out of pocket. Now you may have some room to negotiate after the appraisal comes back, like, hey, I'll meet you halfway. Some people are doing that. Some people not all about the money. Some people do have morals and be like, okay. But if they have a backup offer and had like 36 offers, they're just going to move to the next, because what you won't pay, the next person will, because there's no homes.
I haven't seen that yet. Everybody I know out here, the sellers that we been up against, is
Mhm.
they want their money. They don't want to hear that sob story stuff. I'm just being honest with you.
Oh,
Man, they want
we can't even
because
write
they
letters
can.
no more. We're not even writing letters anymore. Usually you could write a letter. Hey, the family, the buyer could write a letter to the seller. Hey, this is the reason why we want to get this house, want to be in this area. This is what we have going on. They're not going to allow that anymore, because it's, what I forgot exactly what they called it, but it's basically you playing with the people emotions. You're being biased now when you're not supposed to. So they're not even allowing you to write letters anymore.
They still writing them up here in the DFW. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I just got a nice letter the other on one of my. I mean, hey, it was so nice. It had me damn near in tears. So I was like, wow. I was like, and I'm not against all of that, but at the end of the day, yes, people are can be sensitive in to people's needs sometimes, but at the end of the day, people are wanting to make money in this climate because we don't know how long this is gonna last, right? You know, everybody can
Mhm.
Yeah.
speculate and say, oh, this is gonna go to this. Nobody knows that. You know what I'm saying? And I have
Yeah.
a lot of my
All
clients that
speculation.
ask me that, and I'm like, look, man, I would love to look in the future and tell you what's gonna happen, but I don't have that capability. And I said, you know, I do my research every day. I run reports and stuff. So I follow the market. Even when you follow the market, sometimes you can be out.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying you just have to do, you know, just do your due diligence and just
Yeah.
making sure you're watching everything and see how everything is going. Ashley, you had some. What was you about to say? I can't hear you though, sweetie. You're on mute.
Yeah, you don't
No,
mute. Or you on mute?
Can't hear you.
no.
No. You won't.
Uh-uh.
Can't hear you. You
Probably
want
gonna
to get out and come
Oh,
back in?
T, I just got a message that says to let you know that there is a Texas Realtor bulletin against us doing the letters. So there is you're not supposed to write those. Even though they may be doing it, it's been put out, no more letters.
But is that just what regulation is that in? Is that just a bulletin saying don't do it, or is that per trick?
Let me find out. Let me see what they message me.
That's what I'm
That's
saying. Like,
what.
is it per Trek? Because we have to go off of what Trek tell us to do. There you go, Ash. Now, what you about to say?
We heard that cough.
Okay, so just like as you were saying, you can't predict the future, but what are the signs of, I guess, everything deflating?
I would say if interest rates start climbing again, because interest rates are low right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Terrence, I got the answer. It goes against fair housing.
Oh, the FA. Okay, for Housing Act.
Mhm.
Okay, that and see that's a kind of gray area too, because that's one of them. We'll be talking about
Powers
that
that
all
be,
day.
boy, they come up with
But
their own
yeah,
rules.
man.
That's a
They
good
can just
question
come.
to ask.
Yes.
So I think some of the things to look for, like watch the inventory. Like once when you're looking at new construction, like new construction is still behind right now. I think that's a key
Oh,
indicator.
big time,
You know,
big time,
yeah,
big time.
yeah. And can one of y'all talk on why that's how that's an indicator? New construction.
As far as
How is that indicator to what how the
How is
market
that
is
an
going?
indicator of what the market is doing? If the value going to start dropping, you know. And I'll tell you what I've talked about is because if new inventory can't keep up, new construction can't keep up with the demand, that lets you know that there's still a shortage out there. So that's one of the indicators. It's not going to be all end all tell all, but if the inventory is not out there, then the demand is still going to be high, which is going to drop prices.
that's true too. But like I see a question that Kenneth Williams asked. He asked
Oh, man, I didn't
one.
go to the
He's
question.
check this out, because this is a good question here that he asked about. I'm curious, in the DFW market, are most buyers out of Cali? That was the question. He
A lot
Kenneth.
of them are.
Where is it?
A lot of them are, and the reason why we know that is I get these news alerts that come to my phone, and these California businesses have actually come into my area, in the Plano area, and they have moved their people here. So yeah, those people are in corporate world and have owned houses out there in California. So yeah, they're coming with cash. That's another reason why it's hard for FHA and conventional and USDA to get approved, because those loans take longer. They're more strict on their appraisals and everything like that. So why would you want to pick a loan like that when I can just get cash and be done, shoot, sometimes in 2 weeks? The last one I sold it the next day. I listed it at 9:30 on a Thursday night. Friday night, I had to shut it down. Cash offer, over asking price, and closing in 2 weeks. So yes, definitely. A lot of them are coming from California because those businesses are coming here. And I know that just because I keep up with the news on that part. So I do know that much.
And New York too. There are a lot of people coming in from New York and the upper eastern coast states.
New York, Florida to be exact, because the PGA is coming to Frisco, right? So you know what that
Yes.
brings. I mean, that's brought a lot of Florida people here. So
And it's driving up the prices too, T.
oh
That,
man, look,
Yeah, no,
hey, let
I
me
do.
tell you, let me tell you this. Okay, so right there in 121 area where I live, in Allen McKinney area, a house listed for 524. 524. I looked up, I was like, damn, I wonder what that house sold for, because I seen the people moving in it. I looked it up, man, that house sold for 625.
Mm.
100,000 over asking.
Oh man.
100,000 over
man,
asking.
if you get out there, if you do the certain things, like I see open houses, and that right there just drives the competition. I've seen people get into bidding wars just because what they build up to, the property actually going on the market. And I've heard stories on CNN the other day. There's one guy bought a house. I don't remember exactly where it was, but he bought a house for $400,000, which was like $100,000 over the asking price. But he knew somebody that wanted the house, and he turned right around and sold it mother for $100,000 over what he purchased it for.
Well, you know what? I had some, so a lot of this too is, and people are not familiar with hedge funds, right? You familiar with hedge funds?
Yeah.
Not
Not
so
you
much.
might want to talk to him.
Enlighten us.
So hedge funds is just, they're like a big group of people with a lot of money. That's how I can explain it in layman terms. They just got a lot of money, and they kind of come together, put their money. It's sort of, it's not like a stock or anything like that. It's just investors that come together, put their money together, and they buy up a lot of properties. What's happening also in the DFW area is a lot of these hedge funds are buying these houses. They need somewhere to park their money so they're not taxed on it, right? So some of these, I know this because I know a guy that's used to be in a hedge fund. He told me this the other day, and I was like, man, really? I didn't know that. So he was saying that, they're being taxed on their money, so they need somewhere to park it. So what they do is they invested in real estate, which is kind of the safest place to them. Once they invested in it, they don't even, they making money on it just because people are paying rent, right? So they're able to park this money, they'll have people pay their rent, and then 3 or 4 years later, they unload the properties and make more money.
Yeah.
So the hedge fund, so you're not just competing with other buyers, you're competing with all these investors, man, that's buying up a lot of properties. I know Perry Homes, that's a good builder, because I've had several buyers that buy those homes. They won't even sell to the investors. They won't even do it. Yep. Yeah. And that is. So that's another reason I like Perry Homes, because they stick to their guns.
Yeah. So here's a comment from Nicole, just reflecting what you talked about earlier. She said, yes, I've gotten so disappointed. It is very frustrating for people that are living in DFW area. So every market is not what DFW is doing, but
no, they are.
That is.
It's
not worldwide.
Yeah.
And even in Tyler, the East Texas area, yes, we are one client. I literally talk to my clients every single day because I have to keep them motivated because we have put in so many offers, y'all. I have become a pro of writing contracts. Like I said, I pride myself. I can write a contract in 7 minutes now. I can pull over on the side of the road, get my iPad, because I have done so many here in the last few months. It's ridiculous, and I still don't have these people under contract. So I have to keep them motivated and keep them. Hey, we're looking at the long run, and you see how the prices are dropping up. If we can get in, if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. But you have to stay positive. The negative energy is not going to get you nowhere. So you might as well stay positive, pray to God, and whoever you pray to, and just ask for that guidance and that patience, because you need it in this market. I'm so serious. So it's making us work even harder, just keeping them motivated.
Yeah.
And something to think about with that right there with the shortage, especially a lot of people working remote now, the opportunity is there to move out farther away from the, the inner city, or some of the, even like Kenny and all that. So I know people that are going up for Sherman, just to try to purchase a home, and that's an hour and a half commute, but they only have to do it once or twice a week because they're remote working. So that's something to consider if you're looking to purchase a home. You might have to move further out, and that don't mean that the competition is going away, but it might be less fierce. Something to think about.
Man.
Oh, Terrence hit on this one. Nicole Rogers. This is something that you actually put on your Facebook before, the lottery, how you showed the line of people.
And that's still going on. So people, so what the lottery is, what's happening is, okay, so you have to show up to that builder at a specific time, usually in the morning about 9 or 10, and you get to draw numbers. It's like a lottery pick. And whoever numbers get picked in that first 30, they're getting the first 30 bills. That's how some of the builders are doing. So
and that line is long.
Oh man, you seen it. You seen the video yourself, so but hold up, Kenna got another, so does the REITs offset markets with so many buyers. Well, what the REITs are doing, Kenna, they driving it up because they're purchasing, man. They're not carrying. They're just purchasing these properties. All they want to do is have some place to park their money, to make money. So they're buying these properties. That's the real estate investment trust.
Oh, okay.
So they're buying these properties up, man. And I'm telling you, they are snatching them up fast, man, because you think about it. If this market keep doing what it's doing in about 3 or 4 years, just think about what that investment is going to be like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then to go back to what you said about people moving off in the DFW area, Sherman, Gainesville, all that's going north, I guarantee you in about 3 years or so, you're going to start seeing people, more and more people out that way. That's going to be more so of incorporated, annexing to the city. Watch.
No doubt. It is.
Yeah,
So that's the thing that you get out there now.
Yeah. It is, man, because it's just like in same thing in Tyler, White House, Lindale, all that stuff is gonna be annexed in a minute. That's gonna be like Tyler. You know what I'm saying? When you say Lindale, everybody gonna think of Tyler. I just got one under contract in Lindale for my client because he wanted to get out of this rat race. They wanted to get out of here. And I suggested them, hey man, you like the country? Here, let me take you over here because you can get more property. And we did. You know what I'm saying? We got them on 2 acres, got them on the pond. That one I had listed that showed that little pond and everything on it. That's nice. 2 acres. Man, we got that, have, a pretty good deal for what you can get up here is in the city is what we got down there on 2 acres. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are, man, and a lot of people are doing commutes. You wouldn't believe how long people drive, hour or two just to, when they're working, just to be in an affordable housing, because that's another thing. These companies coming in, they buying out, man, people moving here, paying all these crazy, they've increased, the home value prices, man. So now they have kind of gotten out of that affordability range where people can afford. Average over in the area used to be about 300,000. Man, the average now is about like 450, man. I'm gonna say 450 easy.
Yeah. Hey, so here's
would it be
something.
Safe to say that the banks are controlling the market?
I wouldn't say that. Nah, they gonna have a lot of assets though. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a lot of assets.
Yeah, but how does they play in if because a lot of the buyers are coming with cash deals, right?
Hmm.
So so that's
I want to speak on that.
go
Go
ahead.
So
ahead, Derek.
since they are coming with a lot of cash deals and a lot of conventionals, I have had a couple of clients that had FHA deals. FHA is great for people that don't have that much money because all you have to do is put down 3.5% of whatever the price is. So if it's a $200,000 house, you're putting down $7,000, right? So it helps with the down payment, the amount of down payment. Well, since I'm having these FHA people and I'm having these veterans, because I'm a veteran and I got the veterans coming to me, I'm like, listen, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's going to be hard for us to kind of find a house. Yeah, shout out to Will. It's going to be kind of hard for us to find a house because of the type of loan you have. Now, the banks then got competitive. I have 2 lenders now that I have found that are offering 100% financing as a conventional loan. The only difference is with the FHA loan and everything that I've been doing, you only have to have a 600 credit score. Well, with this conventional, you have to have a 680 and you can get no down payments as well. So that's the great thing about it. You just have to boost up your credit score, but we can change your loan from a FHA or a VA and you still get that benefit of not having to put down a down payment. The only difference is with VA, there's no PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. You're going to have it on this one. So that basically saves you like $125 a month, something around there. But you will have to pay that once you switch to conventional, and that's the only difference. But once you pay down 20% of the price of the house, then of course the PMI goes away.
So
but
explain this to me again. So why because VA you don't have to pay a down payment, but and you saying
yeah, that's basically it.
They're doing a conventional as well. What's the benefit?
That's why I'm having the VA people switch over to the conventional. The only difference, you have to have a higher credit score, you have to pay PMI, that private mortgage insurance. Private mortgage insurance covers the lender. It covers the lender as if you default on your loan, the lender is getting their money because you've been paying this insurance. VA is basically guaranteeing, hey, they're going to get their money regardless, but you don't have to pay for it. The VA got you covered. But
hey, shout out to Hassan Daniels, man. He was getting a plug out for his painting company.
Hey man, hey, there you. Hey, no, hey,
yeah.
Hey,
312-956-7620.
That's my man right there, man.
Where is he?
Matter of fact, he in Tyler, man. I'm gonna hit him up because I got some.
Okay.
I need so. Man, I'm gonna hit you up after this, so because I got some clients. I got a home out there. I'm getting ready to list in Flint that needs some paint done to it. So I'm so glad he put that up there. But also I want to make sure that people understand too about FHA, because a lot of people. This is why FHA ain't winning a lot of loans too, because people think that when you have a FHA loan, you don't have a lot of money. That's not the case, because a lot of people that I've had clients with FHA, they got a lot of money, they just don't have the credit, right? Their credit is not, and that's when I started my business with my trade line business and my credit restoration, because I seen the need for it. So I got people that I got partners that got clients that got truck businesses, other types of business as well, but they like to use cash. They don't like credit. And I told them, man, in today's world, you have to use credit. I can't stress that enough, how important credit is. Like a lot of stuff, man, I've gotten on credit, but it was because I now understood it. I've dealt with it a lot. And Ashley, I like the niche she has. Now, the niche Ashley has, I gotta say this, Ashley, because this was crazy when you told me this. Like, she came up with a creative financing for people, for women, should I say, or men, that like to get their bodies, sculpture done, however, whatever. She came up with a niche to create creative financing for people to get their bodies done on credit. Now tell me how creative that is.
Hey man,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
because everybody's getting it done. TikTok has made it a big deal now.
Man,
I want to get my biceps, man.
Hey,
you can do it.
You can do it.
Hey, men are doing it now. Actually,
abs.
I
We
just
just
actually
kidding.
saw on TikTok this morning. There's a doctor that specializes in just men's cosmetic surgeries.
Hey, I'm not doing that. I'm good. Yeah.
It's
Get
major,
your
man.
facts,
Credit is major. If
Hey,
I
girl,
can't tell you,
girl, I got
like,
these
you
surgery.
don't need, you
Put
don't
the
need it, big
gun
dog.
down.
What you
You don't
talking
need
about,
it,
man?
big dog. Don't bring the guns to the show and scare everybody off.
Hey, but that is, man, credit is it's ruling
Powerful,
the world
man.
right now. So hey,
And
I got a question for you. Personal text came to me. People that are on the fence, or they just trying to figure out what their home value is worth. We know that the appraisal district could give you a value. Can you guys come in and help people, or are y'all too busy to even take that on? Is there a product out there for people that, you know what, I just want to know what my home
we're
value is?
never,
I see you
we're
do
never
a
too,
market analysis.
we're never too busy. So
Yeah.
Deb and I,
Exactly.
you can reach out to any one of us.
Yeah.
We'll run a CMA for you and
Yeah.
just give you the, you know, the value of your home. That way, if you want to know that, and if you have any questions, that's what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it take us, maybe 30 to 45 minutes. I don't like to because you want to make sure you compare apples to apples when you run a CMAs.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of times people just go take values, take this, and they, you comparing a house that's built in 2020 to a home that's built in 2005. That's not apples to apples there. So, just make sure when these CMAs are ran, that they're ran right.
Yeah.
So that's all I
Well,
say on that.
right now, they're gonna pay for it anyway, regardless. Yes,
That's
you run
true.
it, but
That's true.
see,
But you want people to understand how to really run a correct CMA.
Yeah.
You don't just
correct,
just because the market is doing all this crazy stuff, it ain't always gonna do this.
correct.
So
Yeah.
when that goes
And that,
away, you need to know how to give them the right information on the CMA.
okay. I actually got a question before move you, Ashley, though. So for that, is there a cost associated with you if they reach out to one to do a market analysis? Hey, I just want to know, I don't want to commit to anything, but I just want to know the value of my home. Is that something that y'all offer as a service?
Don't call me and use another realtor.
Yeah,
Money
don't
too.
abuse us. Don't abuse us now. If you're gonna use
Exactly.
us,
But we got
come on.
you.
Yeah, because
I sent out 2 of them
Because
today.
there's a product out there. Well, sell that as a service is what I'm saying. A couple $100, they'll give you a value, a market analysis.
No,
Okay.
you don't want to deal with that kind of person.
Yeah, we run them for you, man. All we ask in return is just work with us. You know what I'm saying? Even
Yeah.
future, and just work with us. We run those
Or
free
send
for
me
you.
somebody. Yeah.
Yeah,
I sent
refer
out 2
us.
of them today.
Oh,
I sent out 2 today. I ran the comps and everything for them, and I don't know if they're going to use me or not, but I put my plug in.
I got a couple people. I'll send one to each one of y'all. So Ashley, you had a question?
Yes. Okay. So this whole CARES Act, of course, is windows getting ready to close. What are y'all's predictions of the housing market once it does close?
I don't really. You have all these outlining factors with politics and stuff like that, and it does affect it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that's gonna affect anything because look, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I made more money during the pandemic than I've ever made. And people wasn't even out here really buying houses. So I'm gonna tell you something that regardless of what happens here, people are still gonna buy. I mean, one thing about it is you gotta have a place to stay, right?
Yes.
That's not a want. That's a need.
Yeah.
That's a need there. So people have got, and I can tell you this right now, with the market being as crazy as it is, rental properties are going almost faster than people purchasing on. It's crazy.
Yes,
I had
I
a
have 2 I'm working it right
uh,
now that, oh my God, they flying off the shelf even faster and have multiple applications in on them.
yes,
Like,
it's just like the houses, just like the houses.
yeah.
So it's just,
So are
I
they
mean,
doing
man,
those look and lease specials like they used to, or is that kind of off the table now? They're not
man,
doing any rate
hey,
specials.
no, they you don't have to. It's, man, people are
Yeah.
buying, people are leasing stuff. Like, I showed a lease the other day, and when we got back home, it was already pending.
Yeah.
It was already pending. I mean, it's doing just like people are purchasing homes, man.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, you don't have time to wait and debate. And that's what I tell my clients. I'm like, look, if you serious about this, I'm not no pushy person. I don't push nobody to do, because at the end of the day, I tell them you got to pay that mortgage. But I'm gonna tell you this: the minute you wait, somebody else waiting to put in off on that house, and they gonna,
Wow.
If
you
you
know what?
got
Somebody gonna get it.
the motto is, if you got to sleep on it, you're not sleeping in it.
That's
Right. Good. That's a good
So
one.
with that,
That's
and
it. That's for
see,
real.
T Will is he does things different from me. I am a little pushy because I'm not gonna make you buy something that of course you don't
what
want to
you
buy.
pushy?
I'm gonna keep this professional. No, I'm saying pushy in a way of, I mean, it's my job to guide you. No, I'm in the end, yes, you do have to pay for it, but I'm gonna give you the facts. Listen,
Yeah.
you have to know what you're looking for, and this is why we have this conversation beforehand. What you're willing to compromise on, because some people like, oh, the house is perfect, but it don't have a yard. I really want to. How much time are you finna spend in that yard? Answer that for me, because some things we're gonna have to compromise on, and I get a little pushy on that because I'm like, listen, this is not the market for you to be taking your time and thinking about it and or nitpicking everything. Baby, if it's going to fit the needs of your family, everybody's going to have a place, you're going to have the space, then hey, I need you to go ahead and jump on it. A couple of them I have done sight unseen. I have written contracts where the clients haven't even seen it, and it worked out in their favor. One in particular, this woman, her work schedule sucks. She never had time. It's always the next day. I'm like, we can't wait the next day. I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go view it for you. I knew you told me what you wanted. I went and found it. I went and looked at it. I said, this is what you want. She said, okay, I'm going to trust you. Wrote the offer. I wheeled and dealed, and I got the house for her. But you have to remember, even though we did it sight unseen, you are going to see it before you purchase the house. You get an option period. And then we go, I can explain to them what the option period is. You have time to go get the inspection and everything done and go see the house. During that option period, you can back out the contract. If that she didn't like the house when we went and go see it and did the inspection, she can back out. You only losing like $100, $200 at the most, and you get your earnest money back. So it's worth it. So stuff like that, you have to be creative. Even the last deal that I just did, we lost out on like 5 contracts, and my clients, they started getting. They said, well, I'm gonna just wait. No, don't wait. This is the time. Your interest rates are gonna be low. Blah this. What I did was I said, where are you at now? Are you renting the house now? Like, yeah, we're renting the house. We've been in it for 5 years. I said, you like it enough to buy it? Like, yeah. I said, give me the contact information to the owner. I went and ran the comps. I emailed this man and called him, and he got sidetracked. He got, hey, I can give you this much money for it. He wasn't even trying to sell it. He sold it to my clients. I showed him what we offered. He like, I'll get back to you in 3 days. In 3 days, he said, raise the price by $3,000 and you got yourself a deal. Bam, we got the house. So they didn't have to move or anything.
You highlight how important it is to get someone that's knowledgeable in the game, in the business, because all that kind of stuff right there, I've been dealing with in the mortgage industry for years, and I never even heard that kind of, the wild.
You gotta get creative.
I mean, that's
That's
awesome,
being
man.
creative, man.
Yeah,
You
that's
have
awesome.
to out here. I mean, it's a must, because I mean, like Deborah was saying, to that option, that period, man. People, I know a lot of realtors say, hey man, we ain't even doing options. I just on that listing I just had out there, Melissa, they came in no option period.
Yeah.
10 days on third-party financing, waived the appraisal. That's how bad they wanted that house.
Yeah. So let me
That's
ask
what
y'all.
they did on mine. No option, no inspection, no nothing. They want to close in 2 weeks.
That's how.
So what are y'all
Let me tell
telling
you
y'all?
about.
Go ahead, Ashley. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to tell you really quickly, because you're saying you got to get creative. So me personally, we were selling our house, right? Just sold off on it. Signed the paperwork and everything last Monday, but I moved out on back in March. So I found a rental property that they had brand new, that they had just built. And the lady kept telling me at RE/MAX that they had a lot of offers on it. So guess what? I went in, I'm like, okay, I'm putting 6 months down. She didn't even check my credit. She was like, you got it. So money talks in this market.
Yeah.
Money talks.
It
Yeah.
does.
And like she didn't check nothing. She was just like, "Oh, well, you come with this amount of money. Here you go."
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
that's
See,
what
you have to
people
get creative.
that's what
Like
people are looking
Terrence,
for, money.
even when Jamaica was in the business,
Yep.
Jamaica's told me that she got creative. Her clients want to be in a certain neighborhood. No house was for sale in that neighborhood. Jamaica wrote letters to everybody in that neighborhood and
Man,
told them how much they could sell their house for and what the profit would be if they sold it. One person answered, her client got the house. It's stuff like that. You got to have
yeah,
somebody that's willing to
Yeah.
fight for you and put their work in.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Wow.
And even on that note, it's like people are now people are saying, since there's low inventory, when people sell, they don't even have nowhere to go, right?
Yeah.
So now they're saying, oh, we need a 30-day or 60-day lease back. And you wouldn't believe it. People are giving in lease backs for free. I got
Really?
two of them right
For
now,
free?
free. 30,
Wow.
30, 130 and 160,
Wow.
free.
Okay. Giving them
That's how
time
bad.
to yeah.
Man, that's how bad.
Wow. Hey, can someone address this question from Kenny? Said, have you seen an increase on application costs for rentals?
Most definitely. They
Yeah.
Yeah.
used to be about 30, 35. Now
Yes,
they're like
please.
50,
100.
60. Yep.
Oh no, I
I,
done seen 100.
I haven't seen 100, but I've seen 50 and 60 now.
So
So
what is
they,
that? Just a personal decision for the owner to raise the cost
I
because I'm
mean,
sure.
you're gonna cut out the riffraff. If you serious about getting that property and you
Oh,
know you
Yeah.
have the credit for it and
True.
this, that, you're gonna pay what you need to pay to get that house because you don't have
wow.
nowhere else to go.
yes,
So you
indeed.
like money talks. So you're gonna pay that and you're gonna get rid of the riffraff. So you're not gonna have as many applications to go through. So that's less work for you,
Yes.
Wow.
pretty
So what are
much.
y'all telling y'all buyers when they coming in and want a house that's listed for 300? Are you telling them, hey, give them full offer price, asking price,
Oh
or are
yeah.
you telling them to go over, or what's
We
kind of your
automatically
guidance?
going over. I automatically go over. I ask my clients how much money are they willing to. Usually they're like, I can pay 5,000 out of pocket to go over.
Yeah.
So usually, well, here lately, my clients we just 5,000 over, and see, we're still not getting the houses, unfortunately. But you can only go over as much as your client have to pay. They actually have to have that money.
Yeah.
That's a good one too. That Nicole just asked about paying a title policy. That is helping out too. So
Mhm.
if you're coming in with an offer and you're willing to pay the seller's title policy, that's a help too.
Yeah.
So people are doing that as well. So it's just it's a lot of madness going out here, but it's winning people. It's winning people offers, man, and you just got to be willing to do it. And that's why I do a consultation with all my clients. We iron out everything. I sit down on the phone with about I I say 30 minutes, but it always go over and be like an hour and a half
Because he
because
can talk.
I like the but it's mandatory that we lay down everything.
True.
I need to uncover every look up under every rock.
Yeah.
I tell them I'm not getting in your business, but I'm getting in your business because I already know what the lender's looking for.
Yeah.
So why
Yeah.
why am I
Yeah.
gonna send you to this lender when I already know what they're gonna tell you? And that's why I came up with my credit restoration business and my trade lines because I put people on those to boost their credit, right? Long as you committed and disciplined and you're gonna make your payments on time, you're not gonna have any derogatory uh things on your credit, you're gonna be good. We can do it in if you really committed and disciplined, we can do it in 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Ashley, I want to ask you. I do have a lot of clients that come to me. I tell them what I know personally, but I want to hear from you. I have a lot of clients that's right on that mark and need extra points to reach that 600 or whatever. What are you telling people, or what can you tell people to help them get their credit? What's like the fastest way to boost your credit, or what can they do to start working on it? Because I tell my clients, listen, y'all done spent years upon years destroying it. Don't think it's going to get fixed in 2 months. Like, let's be realistic. So what all do you say?
Basically what you just said, that is true. Can it be done that fast? Yes. I've seen 10 days, I've seen 7 days, I've seen 30
Oh,
days. But that's not what I tell them because I don't want them to have that expectation
set the
on me.
expectation. Yeah.
Yeah. Like of course, if the credit bureaus have 30 to 45 days to even respond to you, like I'm not gonna tell you anything less. Now, if it happened, great. Otherwise, like no. But I'm the type, I want people credit like clean because I don't want you to come back to me except for maintenance. And when I say maintenance, I mean like removing inquiries, different things like that, or something that they see erroneous on their credit. But I don't want them coming back because you only did duct tape work. Okay.
Yeah.
So I tell them, hey, you need to just clean it up correctly. Get all the
Yeah.
derogatories off of your credit. Any derogatory needs to come off. Now you can boost your credit, with getting, changing the addresses or name changes and getting the little small points here or there. But is that really going to get you to where you need to be? Sometimes me personally, I removed 7 inquiries. My score only went up 5 points. So can you really say that these smaller things will get you to where you truly want or need to be? So the best thing to do is just fix your credit.
Yeah.
One way I have seen that boosts you up a lot faster in a few months is getting those what's the credit?
Users?
No, the credit where you put the down payment on credit cards.
Secured.
Secured credit card.
Yeah. See, I don't.
Because
I don't like those either.
You don't like those?
Authorized users are better. Authorized users are actually better.
Yes, that's trade lines, man. Trade lines, man.
Authorized user trade lines has history built up. History makes up credit. Utilization makes up credit. All of that makes up credit. Makes up the credit. So you're starting from ground zero when you're adding those. Secure credit cards and different things, or secure loans, like from self and different things like that. When you're starting from ground zero, if you add something new onto your credit, you will see your score drop. Now the next money may go up, but initially you will see it drop. Initially, if you had an authorized user, you're gonna see it go up, especially if you don't have any other derogatories.
Yeah.
Okay.
IT, what's this 1031 exchange they're talking about?
Okay, I'm finna hit on that, but before I said that 3 to 6 months, that's not considering people whose credit is just toe up. That's considering people who like to use cash and don't have credit. That's what I mean by 3 to 6 months. I can get I had a partner, he got his own business. He used cash. He don't have no bad credit. He just didn't have no credit. What I did, I put him on my trade line. In 1 month, he went from 598 to 620, 625. 1 month. Because he didn't have any bad credit, he just didn't have no credit, and that's why I say it works.
Credit is bad credit, basically.
Well, it is, but bad credit usually is if you ain't paid your bills and stuff like that. You got a lot of derogatory comments on your credit. That's really bad credit. No credit is bad credit, but you can fix that better than you can if you have derogatory stuff on your credit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's a good a comment from Venetia. She says credit boost and what's that?
Trade lines, I think.
Yeah.
Trade lines. Okay.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
What's she talking about?
You need to try to boost your credit and add the trade lines after you do a credit sweep. Yeah.
After you clean it up. After you clean it up. Basically.
Yeah. So what I usually tell clients is you don't want to mix dirty clothes with clean clothes, because the bad is still gonna outweigh the good. I mean, it's still gonna be dirty. You go put them clean clothes in the dirty clothes basket, it's still dirty. So your credit is still dirty. Adding that stuff on there, you still ain't finna get nothing. So you did that. Yeah. You may even see a slight boost in your score, but when you actually go and you do the application, like, sorry, not yet. So
you need to get that sweep done. Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of these lenders want you to have no late payments in the last 12 months. You can't have no late payments in the last 12 months getting a loan for a house.
Yeah. So can y'all get those removed, or they just got to wait 12 months later from their last?
Oh no, I can get that removed.
Come on, Ashley. She said, I can't.
Hey, her name ain't the credit goddess. She ain't the credit goddess for nothing.
Yeah. So with that being said, everybody out there listening, get your pens and pads ready, because hearing them through, I'm going to share everybody's contact information so y'all can reach out to them for your real estate
Nicole Roberts, don't leave us yet.
Yeah. So hey, here's a question from Kenneth. Man, Kenneth keep good questions coming, man.
He do keep them coming.
Yeah.
I like Kenneth.
You guys break down 1031 exchange with sellers isn't an option.
So with the 1031, really that's for the investors though, because the investors are trying to defer their tax. Those taxes, that's all that 1031 does. You just move that money into another property and it defer the taxes. That's basically it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's protecting them so they don't have to pay that capital gains.
Yeah. Hey,
And
man,
Oh,
we're bringing
another
killers on the
thing.
show. Go ahead, my bad. We're bringing
Go ahead.
killers on
Well,
the
another
show.
thing that people keep asking, oh, and this bubble gonna pop is gonna be 2007 all over again. Let me explain the difference from my understanding. My understanding is 2007. They was giving away loans and you had adjustable rates that will shoot up on you. Your payment shot up and it got a lot of people behind because they couldn't afford it no more. The difference now, you have to jump through hell and high water. Like your stuff has to be in line to get a house. Like there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. They're not cutting corners no more. So when they put you in a house, they checking everything from the Rudy to the Tootie. You're going to be able to afford that house when you get in there. And we're not doing adjustable rates, and your taxes and your insurance is already in your mortgage.
Income
so
verification, all that stuff.
Yes.
Man.
So when you say it's going to be all these foreclosures, no, I'm not seeing that. That's highly unlikely. The only thing that I see happening, if all of this do slow down, those people that paid 100, 200, 300,000 over asking price and the house is not appraised for that, and they want to sell before they make their money back, yeah, they're going to lose out.
Well,
Other than that,
but you know what? I don't like I was telling people, I don't even see it then because guess what? They done already appraised. So how you gonna take an appraisal and make it something else when it already said this is what the home is worth?
No. When they came, the appraisal came back at $1 million, and that guy paid 1.3 million for it. Like you paid $300,000 over it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. You're gonna be upside down if you're trying to sell within the first 5 years, and this doesn't keep going up the way it does. Now, if it slows down, he's gonna be upside down if you try to sell it anytime soon. So yeah. But other than that, we're not going to have that big bust. I don't see it
because
personally.
the DFW market is too stout. It's too stout. It's too many corporations here. It's too many jobs. When you had that crash, people was laid off. They didn't have the job. The economy slowed down. And that's what people don't understand. Man, I'm part of this investment group, and these guys are high. I mean, they are some high maintenance guys. Like, they run numbers. Like, you can go out on these. Okay, so take a look at, like, I give you one, for example. You can go out on one of these the moving company sites. Man, they give you everything. They give you all the information, how many people are moving to an area, when they're moving. That's why they're coming up with all these statistics though. But you know, you gotta be on it.
Being said, man, you're right. The job market was a big driver of the collapse in 07 and 08. And not only that, man, a lot of markets, homes were overinflated anyway. Good thing about Texas kind of always stayed true to
we have.
But think about what, especially like in California, man. Some of these homes were purchased for $1 million, $2, 3, 4 million bucks. Now all of a sudden they tell you that your house ain't worth but 500,000.
500.
I don't care what kind of workout you offer me. I'm not about to absorb $500,000. So I'd rather go through a foreclosure and start over and let that bank take that loss. And that's a lot of what happened, man. It was just a lot of bad loans, the job market. You had these cradle to the grave, partnership
loans.
from all that, man, subprime. But the appraiser was in bed with the the lender, and it was just a lot, man. That just
a lot of predatory lending, man.
And they learned a lot from them. A lot of those people, man, they should be in jail right now because they know what they were doing. Some of them are, some are not, but man, it was just a lot of people, man, that were taking advantage of the consumer. And now because they're pushing that fiduciary responsibility, which it was in place then, but it wasn't as enforced then. But now, man, you'll go to jail for misleading your clients now.
Okay, Vash, I'm sorry. Sherelle said stated income. Someone hit on that. I'm not sure. She said, didn't they get rid of stated income, stated products? Or she said stated income.
I think when she's talking about it, didn't they get rid of the state? Yeah, where people could just tell you what their income was. And now, I heard
stories. Verify that.
Oh, we verified everything.
But
they ain't taking it.
Happened, though, in the Bush era, they wanted to make home ownership easier. So they took a lot of the rules and governance out, you know, and made
They
it
were
easier
doing no
for-
doc loans back
Yeah,
then.
that's what it was. You're right. It was the no doc loan. So I think that's what she's talking about.
Believe it or not, some people still have those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
They
very
still
few,
have
but
those.
I know
And it's their
people that
rule. It's
still do it,
their,
yeah.
it's the
Their discretion, the lender.
Yeah, discretion
Yep.
if they want to do it. But it's still a lot of people. I know a good friend of mine. He was telling me about one of his friends that he was like, man, you know, whitewashing the documents and editing and changing, and they ran everything the day before closing, and some didn't add up, and
Boom, and they
he
stop it.
lost it.
Yeah.
He lost
They
it.
even doing like bank statement loans now, where if you showing you putting X amount of dollars in a month and have an X amount in your account, you can get a loan based off of your bank statements and
I
stuff
like
now.
that.
I got a lender
Mhm.
right now that I just had a conference call with today. They do 12 to 24 bank statement loans right now. So what they do is they go in and they calculate all of the money that came into your account. You have to show that. They add all that up, and that's what they'll go off that for your approval.
Ooh, I like this.
It's
one.
kinda
But
like
see, that's great for entrepreneurs. That is
Yes,
awesome
yes.
for them that
Yes.
haven't been in the
That's
business
like
for
I
2
like.
years.
Yeah.
Because they want you to be in the business for 2 years, but if
Yeah.
you just started your business the first year and you made $200K and you want to buy a house, well, you showed it, you making the money, so
It's up to
perfectly
the
to stay
lender's
up.
discretion, though. Like
Yeah,
you
the
said,
lender's
so-
discretion.
Every
Yeah,
lender
they
is
will.
different. Every
Yeah.
lender is different.
Yeah, and so we had
Okay,
split that. We had
Nicole.
what you call on she gonna kick my butt. I'm having a brain freeze on that. Kenya McGarrett, she was on a few weeks ago, and she was talking about how Red River is a lot more lenient, you know, with their loan products than some of the other ones. You know, you might have to pay a higher interest rate, but they
Yep.
will, you know, bring you in with a lower credit score. Maybe your DTI is not up to par, things like that. So there are things that
Yeah.
lenders are doing to bring in the products, like Deb talked about, offering conventional, you know, and 100% down on them, things like that. So each
Yeah.
lender is good. So
Nicole had a good question.
yeah,
This
what
one,
do y'all think of redlining zoning for people of color? Do you believe that this is happening? I'm gonna let one of y'all take that, because if I start, man, I'm gonna be talking for 30 minutes. This is a hot one for me, man.
I'm gonna let Dale tackle that one I'll backdoor it.
Well, the one thing that I'm seeing of people of color, and it has made national news, and it actually happened to someone I know, is the appraisal part of things. They downplaying our appraisals for people of color.
Yeah.
So I've been telling my people before time, hey, when I get ready to list your house, take down all your personal pictures. They don't need to know who live here, what color lives here, whatever like that. Because like I said, it is discrimination. So yeah, they have been lowering the value of our homes and stuff like that. Now, let me get back to our question. I'm sorry, but for as redlining and zoning, no, I haven't seen it personally. Money is talking right now, regardless of what color, Indian, black, white, Asian, whatever.
Yeah. Let me tell you what they're doing. They're getting creative with it. It's happening, but a lot of people are able to cover their tracks. So you know, man. It's going to be there. The thing is, I think you two as the lender are like the frontline defense and telling people things like take pictures down, you know, anything that can identify or make the house unique to a certain culture or whatnot. Man, it makes a difference. So it's happening. You know, there are rules in place to protect the consumer and penalize those that are, you know, making those offenses. But man, it's still there.
One way it may be happening too, these doorbell cameras, they seeing who coming in at their house and that was them at this time, because you know they ask us when we're making the appointments or whatever, you see who it is, so you know what contract it is. So that's one way they could be doing it without us even knowing. Oh, I saw there was a black couple that came in at 5:30. We're not going to put their contract in. They could be doing it. I don't know personally, but they are using the doorbell cameras too as a picking their person as well as who to give the house to. Well, I heard the conversation when we was opening up the door or something like that, or just seeing their vibe or whatever when they coming through the door. And I do know of one agent that said they got picked because they saw the people on the doorbell camera and was like, they seemed like some really genuine good people and wanted to give their house to them. Because people are truly attached to their homes. Like even when I sold mine in Tyler, I was so attached I cried at closing and I didn't even know I was gonna cry. But people wanted to go to good people.
Yeah, he's saying that most people got to abide by Fannie and Freddie Mac guidelines. Again, the guidelines are there, but it's some slick people out there, man. And if they got a way to discriminate, to put somebody else in advantage over the other because of race or religion or something like that, they'll find a way. And the thing is, the checks and balance system is there, but it's dependent on somebody reporting it and bringing it, and then the burden of proof is even it's tough to prove people's intent sometimes. So
that's right. And I mean, that's what the FHA does for the Federal Housing Act and all that stuff supposed to be for. But it's just every time I go show a house, anything like that, I tell my clients, don't say nothing, don't discuss nothing. We'll talk about anything and everything once we get outside, back to where we're going. But I don't even do it outside because you got outside cameras that can hear.
Doorbell, yeah, that's right.
Not doorbell, but you have outside, because I got them outside my house, so I know.
Outside mine too.
Yeah, you can hear everything that goes on. So we discuss nothing.
Hey, and with that being said, just because there's an oil stain in the driveway, don't mean a black person left it. So, everybody got back.
Really?
hey, shout out to King James, man. King James on the show watching with us. He said, replying to Nicole Ross, redlining and zoning is more prevalent in politics, but definitely appraisal discrimination, which Deb just talked about, man. People will, lowball your value because they know that you're a minority. So.
It happens. Of course, my husband and our names on the contract probably don't help.
That is true. That is absolutely. There are ethnic type names out there that people will use that information to try to determine who's, even if they don't see the face, that it happens, man. So
Oh yeah, it happens, man. I say this: we know it's there, but you can't let that deter you. You gotta keep on.
The views and the opinions expressed by Flake. That is correct. I do not
put you on the King James.
Yeah, and man, Jermaine made a great point. So there are so many different entities involved in the purchasing, in the whole mortgage industry, and everybody got their own rules and everything. But his point says there's a difference between FDIC institution lending and actual mortgage company lending. There's the differences, and by tell you what, difference. Yeah, they are, and everybody got their own rules and safeguards on how they try to, protect the consumer. And there has been a big swing where they're protecting the consumer, but then as well, the institution, the lenders they have their own protections as well, man. So. A good point.
And see, that's another reason why they're not doing the love letters as well, because they said no love letters, so the buyer won't discriminate against them by what they say in the letter to give their race away. Yeah.
Hey, so we get ready to go over a little bit. I want, if y'all hit this one more time, man, because I think it's a big part of what we're dealing with right now. But these investors buying up homes and making it tough for the lender. I mean, for the average buyer.
Buyers,
the average.
I know you talked about one of the builders are putting rules in place to where they're not allowing investors. Can you talk on that one more time? Yeah.
Perry Homes, man, is one of the builders I respect highly because they will not let investors come in and buy nothing.
Yeah,
they won't. That's one of their rules. You can't buy.
If you're out there looking for new construction, find a community.
Perry Homes.
Perry Homes.
And not only that, they build a pretty damn good home too. Quality.
Perry. Really? Yep. And good price.
They on the high end, but
Hey, so with that being said,
let Ashley get your credit right.
yeah, right on. Hey, so with that being said, if y'all know anybody that work with Perry Homes, they need to give the podcast a shout out and some perks. Man.
Hey, I want to sell my house and get some of this equity out. I done got in 5 months. I'm gonna need a house. Perry Homes, hit me up.
Financing. James said that's a big deal. Right now, there is a surplus in financing and a shortage on inventory. You're right. That's what we've been talking about. The financing, the banks are changing so they can try to compete, with the cash buyers. But the other part is there's a shortage, and and people still choose who they want to sell to.
Hey, Nicole had a question about MI. Yeah, I just had I know MI makes a pretty good home. I just had some buyers go under contract with them out in Melissa, so they make a pretty good home. I sold several of them homes there in my home.
Okay, I think that's some good
What was
homework for
that
y'all.
builder I
realtors.
had?
Lakeisha.
For y'all,
Which one?
y'all, go ahead. I have to go.
You know that new construction I was gonna get? What was that builder name? Oh, I went through
KB
hell and high
Homes?
water with
That
that builder.
that was
Oh my
I
God,
can
they was
see
terrible.
the logo, the purple and white guy. What is it?
Trying to find it because I would never recommend that builder. I'm not gonna put nobody on blast like that,
Yeah,
because I'm a professional. But oh my goodness, get with an agent that know these builders so you don't go to the wrong one, because even though they're building does not mean they got good quality stuff and they do best practices.
KB
Yeah.
Because
Homes.
oh my God, they almost got me and I'm a
Hey, KB
I had to
Homes.
go
I
to
remember
corporate on them.
when
It
I was
wasn't KB
looking in,
Homes.
it wasn't KB had a real Syntex. That's what it was. Syntex was one for me that didn't have the best in this area
Yeah.
compared to what some of the other builders were. So, hey, but I think
Now,
it's something for everybody, man. It depends on your
oh
price,
yeah,
what
it
you're
is.
looking for, you know. So, hey,
This one that Nicole just asked about Lenore, man, they have been doing some wild stuff. I've heard some
really,
stories. It haven't personally happened to me, but I see people on Facebook, other realtors on Facebook. So I know another realtor on there. Now, I've had a pretty good experience with them, but
yeah,
and we did go through some things. I had to get some things straight with them. I had to call the corporate and stuff like that, but we got it straightened out. But I've heard of them not paying realtors the commission and stuff, like they really trying to get away from it. And I've heard that from multiple people.
how can they get
So
away? Because ain't that's something that
and they said they don't pay them, and I said, well, man, what is the contract say? Like,
yeah,
are you reading this
right,
contract? Because per contract they gotta pay you. Like, I haven't had, like I said, I did have to go to corporate on them, but I haven't seen what they just did. But I've seen a lot of people say that. I've
yeah.
seen a lot of people say that.
And we're not
Oh, I
putting
got
any
the
bad
builder
information
now.
on anybody, but hey, you
Yeah,
know,
no,
this
no,
just
no. It's
personal
not.
experience.
No.
Yeah,
I can just tell you,
don't
just
sue us.
I don't
Okay,
like
that's why
to.
I ain't saying no name
Yeah,
on
I
this.
don't like to
But
really go ahead.
it is one builder out there. You have to understand when it's not it's the next is really a gimmick. When they're putting up these signs, we'll pay the first 6 months of your mortgage. That does not mean for the first 6 months you ain't gonna have a mortgage payment. Understand when they're doing that, you need to read what that means. What that actually means is whenever your lender gives you your numbers of what your mortgage payment is going to be on your CD, your closing disclosure, they're going to take that monthly payment times 6 and take it off the sale price of the house. So you're going to start your payments when the payment is first due. That does not mean that you're going to be in the house for 6 months and not going to be paying your mortgage. So understand that when they have these little gimmicks and signs and stuff, there's an underlying something behind under that, and get with an agent that knows this and can read it, because when you go to these new construction homes, they want you to go to the model home and talk to that agent in there. Bring your own agent to represent you, because it's just like the person that's on the sign in the yard that you calling that's representing that seller. Go with an agent to help you and make sure that you're understanding the fine print, because I almost did not get my money back. I had Terrence get on the phone and act like my husband, because they was not trying to fool with me as a woman. I'm serious.
Yeah,
Like
that was crazy.
it
That was
was
crazy.
crazy,
Yeah.
y'all. And
And
I'm an
I
agent.
I just I hate when people try to get over on people. So I've dealt with that in this industry from time to time with several builders. But it's just like you have to go to bat, and you have to go to bat for your people. And I just felt like they was doing Deb a disservice. You know what I'm saying? They was
Yes.
trying to really take advantage of her. And I was like, hold up, let's rectify this situation,
Yeah,
because I done had to do it. I done had to go to
Mhm.
I go to corporate. I
yeah.
go to corporate in a
Oh,
heartbeat,
we went to corporate
because
multiple
yeah,
times.
you're not going. You're gonna treat me fairly, man. That's one thing.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna let you run over me, and I'm gonna let my presence be known.
that's
So
invaluable, man, because there's a lot of agents out there that just they got the product, they got the name, and they just pushing products. But the
yeah,
fact
Yeah.
that y'all are in tune with what's going on and make it such a personable experience, man, that's off to y'all, man.
appreciate
When I
it, man. That's
when I
it's our
when I hit this
business,
meal
man. We
ticket,
got to.
when I hit this meal ticket and I get that, that $500 million home, man, I'm using y'all. So be ready.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Hey, Kenneth back, man. Shout out to Kenneth, man. We have to get Kenneth on
Good
here,
questions.
We
man.
do.
Appreciate
We do,
you.
because Kendall be coming with the heat, boy.
Yeah,
You coming with some stuff. You sound like an investor. I'm gonna tell you
man, he
that straight up.
is. Man, you got to know some stuff to have them
You
questions, man.
got to. You don't
Kenneth,
just
hit
say
us
this
up,
stuff.
brother. We got to get you on
Yeah,
the show, man.
I
Yeah,
know investors, bro. When I talk to them,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Dang, that
Matter of
hour went by fast. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Hey, so a couple things before we get
we
off
over.
I
here.
gotta come back next week, T. Let me back next week. I still got some more to say.
Got you,
I'm not
sis.
done.
Yeah.
Got you,
Oh, yeah.
sis.
Man, we could talk all day about this. There's so much, and we just scratched the surface, man. So, you know,
Yes,
one thing
sir.
we always talk about is getting ready. You don't want to, especially in this market, you can't come there trying to figure it out. Now, there is a period where you can try to get the particulars, but when it's time to buy, man, you got to have your ducks in a row. And one thing is having your credit in order. So, with that being said, our good friend Ashley, the credit goddess, we're gonna put her information up here first. And
Yes.
let everybody take it again. You need to get your credit score up. You know, you get some late payments and all that stuff off. Hit her up. So you got to have your credit right. They've talked about having to have a 680 credit score going conventional right now. Man, get it done.
I sure am.
Credit goddess.
Yep.
I'll ask you want to say anything to him before we move to the next.
Yeah. I mean, man, I just, you know, I can't stress, you know, just make sure you get you know, of course, you know, we want you to call, you know, one of us thereby, you know, we both in East Texas and Dallas markets. We running at a very fast pace. But
Yes.
hey, that's what we did. We built this business, man. So
James stupid, man.
I don't see it, man.
We
Hey,
buy ugly
stay away from
houses.
we buy ugly houses, man. Yeah, he gonna lowball you.
But hey,
Right.
you got it. Look, man. If you an investor, that's what an investor do, make money.
Yeah. No
So
doubt.
then they're not retail, they're
Yeah.
wholesale. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I mean, I can't knock them, man. You know, that's their lane. So
Yeah.
you know, when you go there, you got to expect it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't expect for them to try to go against the grain on what they do. They're not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just like coming to you know, one of the realtors to asking them for a discount. Well, you wouldn't go into the hospital to a doctor telling them, "Hey, give me a discount and do this surgery on me." Well, they gonna just do half of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's and I
You
tell
get what you pay
yeah,
for.
you get what you pay for, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is a profession, and
Yeah.
I would hope that everybody that you hire is doing their due diligence and making
Yes,
sure
sir.
they're taking to you to the best of their ability. Because I know we do it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So and I know everybody probably don't, but I'm assuming they do. You know, because
They
it's their
don't.
business and you
They
working
don't,
it
but
like
y'all
that you
do.
do.
So come to y'all,
Yeah.
man. Hey,
Yep.
I want y'all to
thanks,
see
Denise.
this. This contract number 6 got denied. They went with another offer.
Hey,
It just
but
came
that's
through.
see see, I'm glad you showed that there, because that's people don't see
I'm gonna
the
put
things
that
that we
back
have
up
to go
there.
through. Yeah.
Yes.
I already started now. Yeah. Hey,
I'm covering
appreciate
up
you,
the number
Benicia,
now.
Benicia, for joining in. But
Yes, ma'am.
actually, speaking of credit again, you do all types of credit. So whether it's real estate, car, and automobiles, or body surgery,
Or an automobile or
credit and all that.
Yes.
Me and
Yes,
you,
all of
me and
that.
you. Hey, go ahead and tell them, you know, Ashley, call anything you want to say, Ashley, before we move on to the next, to Deb, and let her
Get
talk.
y'all credit fixed.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to be in this market, or you just, I mean, you want to go buy a nice vehicle, your dream car, even with low interest rates. You need low interest rates. Get your
Yeah.
credit fixed.
But
It
get that
starts with
house
credit.
before you get that nice car, though.
Absolutely, because you don't want
Yeah.
your DTI up. I
Wait a
did
minute.
tell them.
Yeah.
I asked them what are you what's most valuable to you? What do you want
Right.
first? You want
Yeah.
the house or you want the car? Because if you want the house, you need to wait on that car. If it gets you point A, point B, sometimes C, you need to just hold it, cool it. I don't care if you got a big gash
Yeah.
inside the door off.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. Just get the house first.
Which
That's what
brings
you
us
call
to-
hustling backwards.
Man, you hear me? Hey, it brings up a good point. Though I know a lot of
Just saying.
people are choosing not to buy, and they don't want to be tied or cemented in one location. So some people do.
It's
do
not that. It's not your forever home. You can sell it. And I tell people that all the time. It's basically a savings account that you're drawing interest a lot faster. So no, you can rent it out if you don't want to stay there and go somewhere else and let somebody else pay the mortgage, but you're still going to be making money.
So so there's no one right way. And, you know, everybody got their own do's and don'ts. And I could tell you some experts that say like, hey, I don't want to be tied to, and these are some people that's making good money. There's a bunch of books out there where people don't want to be tied to a location. So hey, I get it. You know, to each his own. But I agree with you, Deb. I'm
gonna be pushy, buy the house.
Yeah. So Deb, man, you was a wealth of knowledge, wealth of information, man. We appreciate you. It's funny, but you're coming on here like we don't know you when you're on all the other shows with us. But for those that don't know you, because they only hear on Wednesdays, here's your contact information, and hey, here's your moment to plug yourself.
Well, I'm single and I like long walks on the beach. Oh, by real estate. Okay. Y'all can.
She's so serious. She's so serious.
I am single now. But no, yes, that is my information. I do have 2 cell phone numbers. I keep both cell phones on me at all times. There's a Dallas number and a Tyler number. Yes, Deborah Jones. You can also put that name into all social media sites. You can go to Facebook, Instagram. I am on Twitter, but I'm not on Twitter. But I do post pretty much every day on my Facebook and Instagram about something about real estate. Usually it's pretty fun. I just like to show my personality because I'm very personable with people. I want to really get to know you because I need to know what you're looking for. And usually I become friends with my clients. Like I'm going to meet a client that I'm selling their house and we going out for drinks tomorrow. I don't know this woman, but shoot, we didn't got so close now that, hey, we're friends now. So, but no, hit me up. Text me, call me for faster response, text me. Because when I am with a client, I do try to give them their time and respect. And so if you do text me, I can get back to you and just text you real quick. But yes, Deborah Jones, 903-316-8288 or 972-795-4823. And then also go to my Facebook page or Instagram under the same names, Deborah Jones with an A.
Yeah, couple things. Somebody just texted me said that she's cute. So I'm gonna tell you, you might as well get ready for all the weirdos since you're talking about these children.
How you doing?
They about to hit your butt up.
Yeah, I'm single, ready to mingle. You know, I'm trying to be like T. Will up there, 20 years in and in love still. Shoot, I'm trying to be like that when I grow up.
Yeah. And speaking of T. Will, the Superman of real estate, man. I got your information. I'm about to pop up, man, and put it here and let you plug yourself.
Man, y'all know how y'all can reach me, man. You know, if you call me and I don't pick up, I text you right back because that's just I'm ready. I'm on go. I'm on green almost all the time, man. So, you know, but I just want to give a thanks, man, to everybody on the cast, all the cast tonight. Thank you for our VIP guest Dale, man, coming on. A lot of stuff she didn't even hit on, far as like investment stuff like this. So you know, it's just, man, it's so much information we got to give, but that's why we created this space or this podcast, and that's why we named it E&M, Educate and Motivate, because we want to educate you guys, not just to educate you guys, but we want to motivate you to get up and do it, not just talk about it. We don't want to spend a whole. We've done that. And talking is a start, but moving is the other part. We got to get going. We got to be motivated to move. And man, I'm telling you, it's enough money in this space for everybody to live wealthy. Trust me.
Yeah.
You can drive your crib to the club, though. I like that.
That's right. Right. You can't.
You try
but everybody can. Everybody can come to your crib and have the club.
Or hey, you know what? People putting screens and speakers in the trunk now and just having trunk parties, man. So, hey man, whatever floats your boat.
Once you drive off that lot, you already value decrease. Ain't nothing decreasing in homes, player. Nothing. Right now, real estate is all the way up.
All the way up,
hey.
Man. Yep. Man, that's a good show, man. Hey, party thoughts for y'all before we roll?
I'll let the ladies go first. We'll start with our VIP guests and then we'll flip it over to Ashley and run it down the line.
Okay, parting thoughts is buy that home. Call me your home girl.
Right on. Y'all heard it first.
It's worth it, y'all. Come on, it's worth it. So
Very.
Yeah. Appreciate you, DJ.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ashley,
All right,
yes,
Ashley.
I'm done.
I'm your credit goddess to get your credit fixed.
Get that
That's
body
it.
fixed if you need it, right?
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Oh Lord.
You know, if you want to, you can have it.
G,
Oh, Lord.
G, you responsible for that, G.
That's some good problems.
And G knew you was gonna do this. G knew
Hey,
you.
man.
Everything just getting knocked all over the place sometimes, but credit.
It's a good problem. It's a good problem.
She's gonna get them phone
Okay.
calls now.
Yeah.
Hey,
she
so this is
gets
not just
tired
for
of
the
people.
ladies. Men, if you want your ladies to get hooked up, man, reach out to the credit goddess, man. Let her hook you up.
Yeah.
Exactly. She breastfed all them kids. You need them to sit back perky. The doctors can get that for her. Get her credit fixed. That's
Gotcha.
the best
Yeah,
thing
and
you
not
can do to
all
your
credit
woman.
people are created equal. Give Ashley a call. She know what she talking about, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Oh, yeah.
true.
And she personal. She got a great attitude. She honest, want to take care of you. T. Will, what you got, brother?
Hey man, I just say, man, hey man, make sure you're taking care of yourself, man, and do whatever you can do in your own creative space.
Man, I love that. I love that. Man, and me, simple, man. Treat people right. Treat people right, man, and it goes a long way. There's a thing that says in the Bible, but I think it's a law of the universe that given it shall be given, do unto others as you want others to do unto you. And I think it's just, man, it's the right thing to do, and you'll reap the benefits from it.
Right on.
Yeah. So,
Yes,
But man,
definitely.
I like to thank everybody on Facebook, YouTube, everybody that joined all across the world, man. Hey, tune in every Wednesday at 7, and we got to bring Miss Debbie J back on one of these weeks because she still got a whole lot of game to give. So we bringing her back. So we want to thank you guys for tuning in and join us again next Wednesday, same time, same place.
and Kendall
Live.
Williams, reach out, brother. We need you, man. We bring you
Yes,
on the
sir.
show.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Carrie Holmes hit me
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna let's take it out with the outro flicks.
Let me get some of this.
Let me do it for you.
Baby, don't forget the floor is yours. Yeah, baby, I mean the floor is yours. If it come down to the floor is yours. Let me show you how I prove the floor is
Flourish.
yours. The floor is 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 yours.
All right, y'all. We're gonna see y'all next Wednesday, same time, same place. Y'all be cool.
Peace, love, and buy that home.
Oh, hold on. This for James before we go. James said, my point of thought is doing good business travels fast, far and wide, but doing bad business go further. Yes,
That is
sir.
very
Man.
true.
That's on point,
That
man.
is true.
Oh, that's Bible.
Yeah, and James, create us an outro song, man. That's your task, King James.
The house is
Appreciate
yours.
There
Here we go.
I like
The
that. I
house
like
is
that jingle.
yours. Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate
Y'all
y'all.
have a-
Next time.
Yeah, appreciate
love
y'all.
y'all.